Okay. Rolling.
Yo, people, our viewers are still back, and we are here at Poor Clare Monastery, where we have the nuns, and these are the activities they do while they are at their own free time. And today, we've found one of the sisters here, and he will take us through all where we have been doing and what we should expect after the interview here at the. Is this a pond?
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, first of all.
Good morning to you.
I hope you had a good day and a good morning also. And now we are here at the fish pond. Maybe first, as you introduce yourself.
I am Sister Regina.
Yes.
I stay here.
So you stay here, and this is now your project.
Yes.
So you can take us through this project now. When did you start, and how did you start? And what motivated you so that you can start a fish pond?
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we don't go out as such, we have been trying as a community to find out which ways can help us to be financially sustainable. And so one of the things that we talked about was if we can start a pond in a small way. And this, we found some little information how to go about it from the brothers of Molo, who runs an agricultural center, something school. So when we suggested, and they told us that it is possible for your area and fish to grow there, they will grow very quickly because it's warm. Rather than when it's warm, they grow quicker because they thrive well in a warm rather than in where they are. So we thought we go for it. So we managed to appeal for little funds who helped us now to install this. And that was in was just coming towards 2020. And it took some months for it to be complete. And once it was complete, then we installed in the first group of fingerlings. We put in around 1,000 of them, and we were encouraged that when we go for the fingerlings, we go at the same place where the man who helped us to install it, because he has done it for a number of years, and he said it's better to go for monosex fish because they don't interbreed, and when they interbreed, then they don't fatten quickly. So then for that year we went, and it was actually him who, because he knew the place and the fact that we don't go out regularly, he is the one who went for them, and they gave him that number, and he came, he put them in. I think they were 3 weeks old. And so he made in the same pond. Before then we hadn't raised that little one for raising the little ones. So just in the same one he built something that separated the main pond and then in it. So he put them at very small area for some days, and then after that he opened the thing, and then he let them now free for them to run around. And that is when we began. And at first, within those few weeks in the beginning, we were feeding them with just a powder, they say starter. So it's just like a flour we put in, and you'll see fingerlings coming for it as they are.
Okay, now we've said that you need to have the monogender so that you can avoid those breeding. Now, are these the male or the female?
These ones were supposed to be male, but at first I think, well, after we had the first harvest, it was good. And then the second one, we thought we will do the same, but then we didn't get the same breed, because we went, I think I would say we took a shortcut. Somebody said there are some more fingerlings somewhere else and they are slightly cheaper and is nearer. So we realized afterwards cheaper things don't pay off. So we got them and we came and we realized the number was increasing. When we come, we could see little ones. When we are thinking that they are bigger than that, then we see little ones. So we just persevered until the time for the harvest came, and when we harvested is when we realized there were lots of young ones, so interbreeding was happening. So that's when we decided we did a wrong, need to choose the shortcut that way. So we lost. Well, we got some fish, but they were not as we had expected after the months that were due for harvesting. So then we said, okay, now we have learned. Next time we don't repeat the same.
Okay, as the viewer now, you can understand why we always say cheap is expensive. I never go for the cheaper one. So now that by the time you are starting this project, maybe you had some projections about the budget, and as we normally see, such projects are usually heavily investing in. Were you not discouraged with the budget maybe for starting?
For starting, we were not discouraged as such, because we knew that in order for something, or in the farm, for the first years when you begin the farming, you will put in a lot, and then in the end you will get a lot from it. So we had that hope that, well, even if we put in and then in the end it pays off, it will be worth it. So that it discouraged us then, but then we didn't give up. We just said we will try again. So then the next lot is now, I think this is the third, when we went, and he also, now the original place, but then still we discovered also she didn't give, it wasn't
the same gender.
But she had warned us that these days it's happening. So don't be surprised when you realize that they are being interbreeding in there. So at least we were warned. So for these ones, we were expecting to harvest around beginning of last month, because they told us it should take 8 to 9 months sort of thing, but it has been over that, but the fish are still small. So I don't know whether it is again the problem of interbreeding or what. We don't see much little ones in, like when we went for that other one. So we haven't discovered yet. As I said, we are only at the beginning, and so we haven't yet discovered as to why they are not growing as in the speed we had hoped for. Because I wouldn't also say we don't give them enough food. We just give them food. They say the amount of food they say, and they say just feed twice a day, morning, once they are mature. But when they are still at the infant stages is when you can give them 3 meals. But at this one, just morning and evening. They don't consume a lot of food actually. So with food, they haven't been much expenses. And also, when maybe we want to change the water, is when we are involved, all of us. We have to empty all the water. It goes through the research channel there, and then filling in fresher water. That is the only work, but we only clean maybe 2 or 3 times. Then we harvest them.
Okay. Now we've seen now as we normally we used to water. Now we have seen that the water is greenish. Maybe what do you normally add to water, and what's the purpose of you making the water to look green this way?
So they say that once you have put now in clean water, you put manure. It's just this fresh manure from cows, and then you can mix also chickens. We put together, and then we tie like in a sack, and then we insert in the water. We tie a string somewhere. So that sack will stay in that clean water for some weeks, and once it's turned, then we take it out. They say that forming it green is some sort of food. I think it's called algae or something like that. So they feed on it as well as the main pellets we give them.
Now, what is the purpose of this? Maybe we've seen this black.
This one is to hold. We couldn't just leave it on the main ground.
Yes.
So this is holding the
water.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a viewer, maybe you may wish to comment, or maybe you need to learn more about the fish farming. And here we are, and we have the sister here who is taking us through. And now, maybe if I may ask, how do you deal with those? Maybe those, we have certain birds, we have thieves who prey on fish.
At first, when we installed it, to start with, everything was under control, and everything was okay. So they put these wires across,
yes.
And we had a net to cover from end to end all through. As you can see, I think it's that one now. Is we just took it off last month because it has holes, and we don't have enough money now to buy a new one, and the fact that we were hoping to harvest them soon, so we thought it's not worth it now to buy one while we still look for more fund to buy. So that these wires, we just put them so that they hold the net on top to protect the predators from the nini. But meanwhile, as you can see, we've just left it, and hoping it's God looking after them. So during the day we pass so that the predators are a bit scared, they don't move near. But hopefully once we take these ones off, and we hope to sell them, if at all we get something in to sell, and then we see if we can get a net so that we cover again once we've put in the little ones. I think once we put in the little ones are more accessible to be attacked, but these ones maybe they can hide themselves and the predators won't get at them.
Okay, maybe if I may ask now, this pond, how much are you expecting after the harvest?
We put in, we hope they are around 800. We put in 800 fingerlings.
Yes.
And we were buying a fingerling at 5 shillings. And we haven't experienced much deaths at all, because we would have been seeing them on top. So once we sell, they told us that if we are doing it, like for example, for financial purpose, we won't leave it too big, because then we won't get, they just said maybe a palm like that size, then we sell. But the challenge we have is that whenever we have harvested, people around us, I think it's because we are in such a poor environment. People around, when they come, when now we announce that it's time for harvesting, yes, we put a notice at our we are harvesting the fish, and so when they come, when we harvest, we put them there, and we try, even that, maybe we say 100 bob. Mpaka people around will say, no sister, 50 bob, I only have 50 bob. So sometimes for the people around, we'll just sell them like at a throwaway price. And so I wouldn't say yet that we have had any profit at all from the fish. But we hope, still we haven't given up. We hope we will in future, once we discover what we are doing wrong. But It helps us also. We don't have to go. When they refuse to buy like that, we keep it for our own consumption. And that way, then we don't have to spend.
Have you ever wished that you get the bigger market outside there, apart from the
Local.
local?
Yes, we have. We have hoped. You know, people now we are trying. Once maybe we put things on internet, whatever is called, so that people know what we are doing, like what you are doing now. That way maybe they will come to know that this is what we do. And so yes, once it's we only began small, so once we know that people are aware of what we are doing now, it picks up well, then we are planning to start another one. And that way people will just order, like, yes, even the few times, 2 times we have harvested, mostly people like priests and visitors who have like hotels, they have said that keep us few sort of thing, but because of their size, they haven't been so impressed with the size of the nini. So maybe in future, even though we were told that for nini, for if we want it for financial purpose, you don't leave it that big
to grow big.
Maybe in the end, that is what we'll opt.
Okay. Now, as a viewer, you've heard the story, and if you wish to have such business, maybe you want to be doing that business, you can connect with them here, so that it may enable them also to do whatever they are, and they continue with their projects here. You can support them. You can come with at least a fair price to buy, and you can also go with something great. Now that we are here, and you have heard from Sister
Regina.
Sister Regina. And I think we come to the conclusion, and we would wish that you may have your comments, you may have your view. You can comment on the comment section, subscribe. This is Culture Hub TV, and I was your host, MC Vajo. I think maybe you are planning for future. You say you need to work on more ponds here.
Yes. If we get some funds, that we will continue extending it, and that is because they say that if you put a lot in something, then you are sure you will get also.
So
but
this is, as you said, it's a learning process. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Now we head it that way. We could say you should subscribe and keep watching our episodes on our Swahili episode known as Kilimo Mali. I think we say thanks for your time. I do believe that I also have to go with one of the, are they still the fingerlings, as you put it?
No.
They are grown up now.
They have grown a bit.
Okay. We say thank you. Let's meet.